Hello, and welcome to episode 179 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. This channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I'm doing a viewer request. Today's game was requested by the viewer Jan Chapman, and the game they requested was Miss Pac-Man Plus. Miss Pac-Man Plus was released in 1981 by Midway. My first time playing this game was at Cinema 4, 5, and 6 inside a 4-City East Mall in Chicago, Illinois. Miss Pac-Man Plus is a maze-thing game in which you control a chomper named Miss Pac-Man with a 4-way joystick. This game is not to be confused with the homebrew Miss Pac-Man Plus, in which I reviewed in episode 168. This game is an arcade release, and even though it shows license to Midway, it looks like a clone or hack of the original game. The first noticeable thing about this game is the maze layout has been changed. The first maze has many quick turns that look like stair-step corners in which you need to change direction multiple times after eating only a few dots. There will also be more dead-end loops near the ghost cage, giving the ghost more chances to corner you. In addition, this board will only have one side exit as opposed to two. This also gives less places to escape the ghost. The bonus items will vary based on which ROM has been installed in the game. I have seen it both ways in the arcade, although I couldn't find the alternate bonus items for main. Another noticeable thing about the bonus items is they will move through the walls. This is most likely an oversight or not changed due to limitations in the code, but the fruits will follow the same pattern as the original Miss Pac-Man. Unlike Pac-Man Plus, the bonus items will not change the ghost invisible or vulnerable. After completing the second level, you will get the same cutscene where Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man meet. The second maze will be slightly easier because there aren't any stair-step corners. There will still be loops that you can get cornered, although not as many as the first maze. There will also be 2 exits on this maze as opposed to 1. Just like the previous maze, the bonus items will move through the walls following the pattern of the original second maze. After completing the 5th level, you will get the cutscene where Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man chase each other across the playfield. Maze 3 will have fewer dead-end loops as well as 2 tunnels. The bonus items will continue to move through the walls following the pattern of the original 3rd maze. After completing the 9th level, you will get the junior cutscene where the stork brings Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man a baby. The 4th maze will have only a few dead-end corners and only 1 escape tunnel. Bonus items will follow the original 4th maze pattern and move through the walls. After completing the 13th level, you will replay the 3rd and 4th mazes just like the original game every 4 levels. This game was also released under the name Miss Pac Attack, although the cabinet as well as the marquee had the original Miss Pac-Man artwork. There are some differences with this game compared to Miss Pac-Man Plus. The first difference is the order of the mazes. I will compare the mazes from Miss Pac Attack to the maze order of Miss Pac-Man Plus. On Miss Pac Attack, the first 2 levels are played on the 2nd maze, the 3rd and 4th levels are played on the 4th maze, although here's where another change is. Instead of changing mazes after levels 2, 5, 9, and every 4 levels thereafter, the mazes will change every 2 levels, although this will change later on in the game. The 5th and 6th levels will be played on the 3rd maze. The 7th and 8th levels will be played on the 1st maze. Levels 9 and 10 will be played on the 2nd maze, and levels 11 and 12 will be played on the 3rd maze. Now the maze order for the next 2 levels differs. Level 13 will be played on the 1st maze, and level 14 will be played on the 3rd maze. Now the maze order will return back to changing every 2 levels. Levels 15 and 16 will be played on maze 1, levels 17 and 18 will be played on maze 2, and levels 19 and 20 will be played on maze 3. Now the maze order will change again. Level 21 will be played on the 1st maze, level 22 will be played on maze 3, and levels 23 and 24 will be played on maze 1. Levels 25 and 26 will be played on maze 2, levels 27 and 28 will be played on maze 3. After maze 28, the maze pattern will repeat the same as 21 through 28. The bonus items will still move through the walls, although they will follow the pattern of the maze number as opposed to the level number. In addition to all these changes, the color scheme will change every level as opposed to when the maze changes. Scoring for the game is the same as the original Miss Pac-Man. You'll earn 10 points for eating each dot and 50 points for eating each Energizer dot. For eating the ghost, you'll earn 200 points for the first ghost, 400 points for the second ghost, 800 points for the third ghost, and 1,600 points for the fourth ghost. For eating the bonus items, you'll earn 100 points for the cherry or the Coke can, 200 points for the strawberry or the mixed drink, 500 points for the peach or peas, 700 points for the pretzel or bread, 1,000 points for the apple, 2,000 points for the pear or grapes, and 5,000 points for the banana or pancakes. I enjoyed playing both versions of this game and recommend playing it whether in an arcade setting or on an emulator. I like this game more than Miss Pac-Man, but not as much as Pac-Man, so Miss Pac-Man Plus chomps its way into the 51st position overall. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you'd like me to review, please leave a message below or on my homepage. Please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to new videos every Sunday.